Hi, I'm Steve, and welcome to my DIY rain catchment system. My wife is currently creepily looking at me from inside the window. See? Oh, she got away. So, what you're gonna need to build this system is some of the following. You'll need two 90-degree PVC pipes.
Hello.
There's a tiny arm attached to this one. You'll need one T-fitting. This one has an arm attached to it too. You need one 3-inch piece of PVC. This is scrap. You'll need one giant piece of 4-inch PVC. You'll need at least 3 of these expandable hose gutter, flexible gutter pieces. These are actually for downspouts, but we're gonna hook them all together to make them work. You'll need one 4-inch end cap. This one has a rubber gasket on it, so I don't have to use any ball valves. Ball. And the last major piece is some sort of float. Some people use round rubber balls that'll sit inside the 4-inch piece that when they lift up in the water, it'll seal the top and allow the overflow to happen. I have a sealed bottle of liquor, and it is the exact diameter needed. So this should work just as well. DIY and DUI. Well, let's not hope not. And then you're gonna need some screws and a saw and your gloves, and then you're gonna need some plumber's tape and a drill, and I don't know, you might need WD-40 and some other random stuff, chicken boots, all of that stuff. There's just it's the other stuff that you just need to for attaching and all that. But those are the main components that you'll need. You're also gonna need one of these. Now, it doesn't have to be this one specifically. Any food grade container would be great. This is 275 gallons, and I like the IBC totes because they're expandable. You just hook up another one, and you can just keep going in 275 gallon increments forever. You want to look for this. Food grade. You want it to say food grade or Jungbausenhauser. Common spelling. Now we're going to cut down our 4-inch tubing to a 7-foot length instead of the 10-foot length that it's come with. The reason we're doing that is you want roughly 3/4 of an inch per 4-inch tube per 100 square foot on your roof. So the top of this side of the roof is going to be 800 square foot. So I'm going to put a 7-foot vertical. Roughly, give or take. You're just getting all the crap off your roof with the first flush system. So a little extra isn't going to hurt. Remember, when you're cutting it off, you want to cut off the end that has the female portion on it. Or the bell end, whatever you want to call it, the wide bit. Nailed it. Now cut off and screw in 2 pieces of your 3-inch pipe. These will act as bumper stops at the beginning and the end of each pipe. You should have 2 of these. Once you have one end secured, as centered as you possibly can, then make sure you put in your float, so that way you don't have to take it apart. I didn't do it, but I almost did. Now you'll have your bottle sealed at the bottom, and then sealed at the top, so your bottle can't escape. When you're cutting your PVC, always make sure it's supported. So you have a piece like this, not like this. Now this piece is going to go between the 90 and the T-post in order to secure them together. I'm going to lube this up and glue them all together. And then this piece goes through like this. You remember that one time that this is thin-walled 4-inch PVC? And these are thick-walled PVC. So Schedule 40 versus Schedule 20. And they don't fit, so I guess we're gonna go this way now. So once you get the 2 pieces together, you have a piece like this. That's going to be your first flush diverter downspout. You're going to get your 90 degree on there. Not only did I seal it, I screwed it, and then I'm going to caulk it as well. Now we're going to put this, I guess, modified U joint attached to the downspout for the first flush, but we want to make sure that the bottom 90 is in the correct configuration in order for it to discharge out the side of the house. So that is going to be different for each one of you depending on how you're doing it and the orientation of your drop. So now that you have something that looks like this, it's time to seal the edges with some thick white caulk. Now that that's all sealed, we'll let it dry. While we dry, we do this downspout that connects to the water filter. This one's pretty easy. All you need is 3 of these downspouts, and they just hook together like this. And there we go. Attached. Super easy. Once you get the adjustable downspout mounted, you'll have something that looks like this. The last real piece to install prior to actually mounting it is the drain plug, and that just goes in the drain hole. Did you know the holes on wine are called bung holes, and the cork that goes in the hole is called a bung on wine barrels? Yeah. You ever fingered a bung hole? Ta-da! We'll give it a little black paint so that way it doesn't freeze as easily in the winter. Done. All right, we got this mounted. Hooked up to that bottom leaf diverter. Our first flush will fill up and go into this guy. Our next step is this. Now I'm going to take the top of the IBC container, cut a hole in it, and I put this big tube right down the center. So it'll sit like this. Well, inside anyway. Cut the hole off center. I don't know why, maybe for aesthetics. And I caulked up my tube like this. And we're just going to put that guy down like this. And it'll be secure all the way around. Make sure everything's level, and then that'll attach to the top. Put a massive amount of caulk in that. That'll probably dry in about 3 months. While that's drying, I put a creature screen on the bottom of the downspout tube, so that way those pesky mosquitoes can't get through here. But it's on via zip tie, so hopefully that'll be plenty good to keep them away. All right, this is dried up overnight, so now I'm going to take this giant tube and put it into that hole. Now we put this in here, and we are set. Hey, you guys stayed to the end, and I appreciate that. I'll let you know after the next rainstorm how this thing actually works. But go outside, do some adventures, build a water catchment system. I don't know, pee in the neighbor's pond. Something fun to do. All right, I appreciate you all. Thanks for watching.